My favorite questions, John, are the ones that you just have to be older than 18 to know. And watching people flounder with not knowing pop culture from like 15 years ago is very amusing to me.
Sometimes I don't even know pop culture from 15 years ago, Mike. So, yeah.
You got to get the weeb questions for you. That's
Yes,
where that's your
exactly.
forte.
That's my strength. Or any
Oh, we're
gaming
into the
question.
game. We're into the game, John. It's happening. So let's see if the coin is right here on the pistol round. Lasso just going to come flying out along doors, but Viz and Infinite. A little bit of an exchange here. It's a 2 for 2, so it's not a fantastic exchange for either side. But the ground is taken, and the utility is still up for GODSENT. So I'd say it's a win generally in their book. Problem is, look at the positioning. Look at DJ. Immediate response, fast on the flank. The one thing I don't love that Infinite tucked back in there. That was a bit bold, but he survives. He survives. And he took one of the utility holders out of play with him.
Oh.
Eventually does die, but now the flank is on. They're coming back. They're coming back. DJ knows. DJ heard them. He's going to set up for it. As soon as that doors, he's going to get nothing. That's a real bummer on a long play. The jump around the doors caught him off guard, and Barton was able to clean it up. So now it's all on Ben. 1v2, and they don't have to come towards him if they don't want to.
Mike, I would have almost preferred that DJ played further back there because, you know, you're playing so close, it gives the advantage to the Glocks.
It does tend to help the Glocks out a little bit. Ben is going to be out towards long. Is he going to... Huh. He's clearing all the way out. He doesn't know where the bomb is at this point. It will be planted for him. He's cleared all the way through, so now he has a choice. Does he come back through long, or does he go cat? He is going to go cat. He's going to track them. This is going to get interesting. They won't hear the footsteps till he gets relatively close, but you can see they're already checking for it from their angles on the minimap. And they've got a player out towards long with the USP to boot. So Taco should be relatively well set up to control this, whatever happens with Barton. And as we said before, Barton's kind of deadly from this position. Ben trying to connect, trying to find that USP headshot that he needs, but he's running out of clock at the time. He does have the kit, but Taco from range will take care of him. Barton was the distraction. Taco was the finishing blow. Coin lied.
Yep. The coin lied, but well played for GODSENT to recover there. I thought Infinite was going to have the edge, but once he went down and then DJ on the flank, not able to even get one, it was GODSENT pretty much decidedly going to be the winner there. 1-0 in their favor, but the Party Astronauts not going to waste any time investing into this round. They forced up 3 scouts, Mike, and 2 deagles to try and make it work against the 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and a scout on the GODSENT side. Taco's going out immediately, and he gets tagged down to 11. Was that Infinite at long? No, that was Pwn alone.
Would have been, yeah, Pwn alone. Oh, Infinite's got the peek in towards underpass. He doesn't have the boost, though. If he had the boost, I'd feel very confident he was going to take this kill. But even still, he might. They see there's a player in pit. It's Taco. So this is a duel of the scouts. Next shot on Taco wins it, whether it's a headshot or not. But Taco's going to win it. Okay, wins the exchange, takes out Pwn alone, and they peek in for more. Ben, that's the same angle, man. You can see the bullet holes in the wall behind him. Taco barely had to adjust his aim, and now they're going to peek it again. What are they doing?
Oh, my goodness.
Why are they threatening him here? He's taking a third. I mean, Taco's like, what is this, a carnival game? I just step right up for the prize. The prize is 3 kills, and they're going to get nothing out of this round because they just kept trying to find the scout pit. Little bit of an error there. They got a little single-minded. DJ will at least collect some blood. Okay. Second one there. But Duma on the flank will finish things off. At least he made it a tiny bit expensive for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think they obviously really wanted to take that fight, Mike, over at long. I'm not sure if it was the best idea. You could have just hung back after the first frag came in, maybe boosted onto the site from elevator, but instead they just go down one after the other to Taco Scout, who finds a 3K for himself on the round. And speaking of Taco, I mean, not usually the player you're going to see finding the frags for the squad as he's taking care of the IGL duties, but in fact, he's the only player with 2 aces on the squad in the last month. Really nicely done for less 2 months. Dumao's going to get the opening frag on Ben Leet, Lado, Dumao, and Dumao again. They're just farming against these USPSs, Mike, as you would expect, and a 5v1.
Yeah, this one's nice and easy. This is like, I'm going to play the long con here on B. Unfortunately for him, it's going to have to be a very long con. Round is over.
Yep.
Best case scenario is one of these rifles gets really hasty and isolates itself against him, and he can take something into the next round. Is anyone doing that? Who's out on catwalk? That's going to be Phelps. He's just got the MAC-10, so he wants the money, the $600 kill reward. Only player really isolated at this point. Here's going to be the peek in with the USP. Does he collect? No. Nice shot for Lotto. And that's a quick 3-0 for GODSENT. They're looking pretty good early on here on D2.
Yeah, they converted their pistol round to 3-round victories, which is really good. But now the party astronauts are going to be on to their buy-up. The thing is, Ponalone will not have enough to get the AWP in hand just yet, but DJ is going to be rocking the AUG. So an AUG, 3 M4A4s, and the M4A1S for Viz up against GODSENT's bonus round, which is going to be a Galil, make the 2 Galils, an AK, and MAC-10, and the AWP, which was invested into this round by
Takes the first. That was a bit of an awkward play. Phelps, the flash didn't catch him off, but Barton's flash actually did catch Phelps. So, bit of mistiming there on the catwalk take. It's just the MAC-10 lost at this point. DJ shoot, but Taco's coming, looking at DJ. Zeroed in with the AWP. Expecting the player high. They were low. Instead, DJ turns it into 2. This has fallen apart now for GODSENT. Peeking back to the angle, maybe falling prey to a bit of the hubris Party Astronauts themselves suffered from in the scout round. But now are really dire for trying to work their way on towards the site. Alone needs to be careful not to get caught without bullets in his gun. Barton wants to go for the drop, and Infinite's kind of found him. Couple bullets on the bows. Really gonna stick around there? No. They're just moving in towards site. 2 players towards ramp. This should be very difficult to take, especially if a flash can come over to support. There's the flash. Really casually tucked into the scandal. And Lato will take one. Barton a follow-up. The health is dire. Dire, I say. They're clinging to life. But they might just be able to punch in the numbers, especially because Infinite doesn't want to make the move too early. He wants his teammates to get back into position. They're going to move 1 up cat, 1 out long. 2 out long. Okay, they're going to leave catwalk to GODSENT. They're going to start to bring the approach over. Lato with the Galil at range. Nice shots there. It's making me believe. Infinite coming in. Player back on out towards range. It's Viz this time with the AUG. But what is this? Infinite's been collected. And this is falling apart. They've all been going alone.
No way.
What an atrocious retake there for the Party Astronauts. They took the fights individually. They didn't have the spacing to get the trades there. And GODSENT capitalized. Lato had no health. And he killed 2.
I think it was 37 HP combined for the entire duration of that bomb plant, and they didn't get hit once. Not one time. I mean, I think 1 bullet would have done in Lato, and nothing connected on him. It was insane. Yeah, that's unacceptable. I mean, for the Party Astronauts, they have to close that one out. And the fact that they didn't get a kill, a single one with 2 players playing ramp, oh boy, that was a bit of a misplay by the Party Astronauts, to say the least, but they still have a chance to bounce back here. Barton is kind of holding for a push, which is going to come his way in the form of Infinite, but it's Phelps from lower tunnels that gets him, and Phelps also drops Ponalone, who is trying to sneak around Cat. So a 5v3 very quickly here for GODSENT. The Party Astronauts not investing too much into the round, but still can't really connect for anything.
That's one of those rounds where you just have to pour one out for our poor observer. It was like, of course that was going to be Barton from top mid who's going to get those 2 kills. Of course, he had them lined up. Phelps was like, no, me. It's me. That's the frustrating observer. Okay, F1 race car peak there for Viz. Deletes the AWP in the hands of Taco.
Oh, DJ also gets Phelps, yeah.
They could make this round expensive at the least, but they need to be able to convert. I will say, it's pretty interesting to me that Taco appears to be primary opping T-side of Dust2.
Yeah, that's really curious. I really honestly wasn't expecting that, but Viz is going to get that shot over on Lato, and now it's a 1v2. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, so a chance here. Viz has the 2K mic, and Barton is going to pick up that off the ground to try and get stuff done here, but it's Numao who sprays down Viz through the doors to finish it off and make it 5-0 in favor of GODSENT. Now, I mean, Barton has been so impressive here for this GODSENT roster. On a roster that is this stacked, he's sitting at the top of it in terms of fragging over the last 3 months. 521 frags over 27 maps, a plus 98 kill to death differential, 1.23 KDR, and he averages about 19 frags per map with an ADR of 75.7. I mean, he's as good as he was on Team 1 on a roster that's stacked.
I'm just pulling up this. Okay, nice opener here for Ben. Again, rifles lead the way, and Taco back into the angle with this AWP. I'm looking at his statistics to see if this is a radical shift they've gone through. He has been opping more than usual. 10% of his weapons kills in the last 3 months have been with the AWP, but not like that much more. And it's about the same line if I go back to just It's the primary rifling. This is really interesting to me on a team with a lot of head rippers. That Taco's picking up the up here.
Yeah, Dumao and Phelps and even Barton has flirted with the op sometimes.
He's revealed his position. Now they know he's here. They swing with multiple. Well done for the party astronauts. That's the thing that was causing them issues before, right? They peek together. They isolate the player. They identify the player. Then they peek together. Need a second smoke there. It will come through. Gap. I don't look like Quinlan's got a gap, but oh, it's Taco. It's dead. The opera on the other side. He finds the first. Dumel might be in trouble from that nade. Nope.
Jeez.
Weathers a storm. 8 points of health. And Viz looks like he wants to come through this smoke. Wait till it fades. He's got the gap. No one's quite looking for the ramp play just yet. They're very focused on getting this bomb down. If Viz had pushed that, I almost think he would have gotten it. There was Taco watching. But there were moments of chaos there, and now Taco's gotten to the pit, so this is a decent hold. Running out of numbers, though. Barton takes that shot. Taco's division as they come around. They've dealt with Goose, and now they're just going to get on the defuse. They know where he's at. They've got the smoke down. Does he realize someone's already on the bomb? Will the smoke fade in time? No, it will not. Bentley.
What?
Oh, didn't get it off. Now Ponalone just has the stick for time. That was through the box. That's wild. Does he have time to get this defuse? He does indeed. It is going to be Party Astronauts finally getting on the boards, but only barely, only just. Taco almost takes another.
I thought GODSENT was going to get that for a moment. What a shot through the box here by Taco. Did he see his hat perhaps right around the edge of the box?
I think he just checked it. I think he just knew that he had to watch it. And he's like, all right, they've been on site long enough that someone's on that bomb. Let me deal with it.
Just really well done, though, for, I mean, Party Astronauts in general, but even GODSENT almost making that round turn around in their favor. I mean, the man advantages aren't being played very well so far by Party Astronauts.
They're getting too excited when they have those advantages, and it feels like they're isolating a little bit. I'm not quite sure what the solution here is, but we've seen a couple of these start to slip away. Fortunately for Party Astronauts, they do have the wherewithal to get the defuse there. Like, I know Dust2 is never an easy map to deal with a T side, explosive T side. But when you're up, when you get those first 2 pits, you really gotta see that through. They do this time. For their money, into the poo-poo. Bentley, that Molly's gonna force him forward. There's the flashbang for it, and he doesn't get anything out of it. They turned away. They were ready for it. They were ready for that play. They heard the footsteps. So now they're down, and the issue is it completely isolates Ponalone on site. Where does he want to position? Without the lawn control, he can't trust it. He's gonna have to tuck up here on the plat. Molly's around him. Position's being cleared. Fortunately for him, it doesn't spread quite to him. I'm not sure if that would have been possible. And at this point, he's brought in the cavalry. 2 more players here. Ponalone misses that. He pulled the string on it. Barton takes 2. It's all falling apart. DJ, and he's not even going to save.
Jeez.
That's annihilation here for GODSENT. The site hit is effective. They took that advantage, and they ran with it.
I mean, you talked about earlier on how good Barton is here on Dust2, and he's just on his playground, so to speak, on that A site. Coming through from Cat, getting a couple there. In the previous round that they almost managed to come back from, he was playing Goose so well, getting 2 frags on the players coming up from ramp. Honestly, Barton is just a special player. I'm glad to see that he's found a roster like GODSENT to play for. But the Party Astronauts, they're underperforming at this point. And you look at the results of losing so many guns a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got pistols only now.
Back to the drawing board. If it does collect 1, the Dumao elsewhere is farmed. His crops are ready for the harvest, and now it's just down to infinite. Just gonna play the Viz spot. Hide back here, and I hope someone comes looking. Classic stratagem. Unfortunately for him, I don't think it's going to happen. They seem to be poking their noses in towards A. As soon as they poke their nose in, they're going to go, yeah, no one's home. All right. Time to set up the shop.
Yeah, you also have Dumao waiting over at car at T spawn to see if anyone decides to push out there. So Infinite doesn't have many options.
Taco's 7-2 with the AWP.
Yes, he is.
Like to see that.
I mean,
look, maybe
Yeah.
Taco's been figuring out the IGL role, right? He's been figuring
Mhm.
out how to call for this roster. That's a new role for him. He's a veteran captain to be the IGL. And so he was like, all right, let's look at the teams I've been on historically. What has the IGL done? Opt. Clearly that's what I'm missing. Picking up the op. We're good. Go for the fallen mold. That's the part of the IGLing that brings it all together. And look, if early results or anything, it's working pretty well.
Yeah, without a doubt, Mike. And if you look at Taco over the last 3 months, his stats obviously taking a bit of a hit because he's IGLing. He's at 490 frags, but the minus 52 kill to death differential probably a little more surprising for a player like him. 0.89 KDR and 64.9 ADR. Maybe we're just watching his coming out party, Mike. Maybe decide, you know what, I'm just going to play the op and see how it goes.
I mean, look, historically, Taco's never had the stats, right? That's never been about his job. He was the guy you pointed to as the example of you are more than your stats as a player. His whole job on those classic SK Luminosity rosters was to set up his teammates. Famously, you know, the Cold Zera Taco pairing at one point was the you know, yin and yang pairing, I guess, so to speak, the duo. But now he gets to call the shots. Maybe he gets to call a few more favorable shots for himself. But the other thing is, right now, it's a group effort. The kills are 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, right? Nobody is lagging behind. No one is leaping ahead. And apart from Phelps, who's died 6 times, nobody has died more than 2. Pretty wild. It's looking good. Pone alone missing a shot like that. Oof. Don't get too many more opportunities. Misses another. Very uncharacteristic for Pone alone. You really don't get that many opportunities. You certainly can't be missing them, and the site's been lost, and this should be a save. And there's still Taco top hit. So saving is far from a sure thing. I don't know what's going on here right now, but that op is not hitting for Pone alone.
Well, here's the thing, and I talked about this earlier on, or I alluded to it. Pone is very scary on Dust2 if he finds his rhythm. If he struggles at the beginning of the match, it usually carries over throughout the entirety of it. And unfortunately for the party astronauts, it seems like that tends to be the case here. As you saw him miss 2, 3 shots against the GODSENT players. Now, GODSENT already taken this half, 8-1 in their favor. Wenster, as you can see, not too happy, but hopefully things will start to trend in favor of the party astronauts soon. But honestly, they're being outplayed, and they're outplaying themselves in some cases.
Deeks out. Almost a full deco. Bentley bringing in the P250 to ruin things, but he's breaking out the utility to compensate for it. And it looks like we might be getting a fast B play. 3 players in the tunnels immediately. Just gonna be Viz. Oh, he dropped that smoke, but they've seen him. They want blood. Are they gonna chase? It would actually be the right call, but instead they'll just dunk a nade, take half of Viz's life. Now Phelps is killing. Oh boy, here I go killing again, says Phelps. If X-rays could talk, DJ would have just had a kill.
Yes. So Phelps is going to come out here and drop infinite. All 5 players prior to that frag had 9 deaths. They died every single round on the astronaut side.
Didn't Pone survive?
I don't think so.
When he was on plat, when he defused the bomb?
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
So he's the only one who's lived through a round. He lived through exactly 1 round,
Yes.
and that's it.
Almost clean across the board, dying every single round. But you're right. That defusal was the 1 round where Pone survived. But still, it's not a pretty.
Those are the eyes of a stone cold killer right there. Phelps has had a really interesting career.
Yeah.
Because he's always been a player where you're like, all right, he's really good. Right? Pretty much every one of his he's had some slight slumps, but he's always had always been there. He's just kind of bounced around the scene a lot. He was in those MIBR rosters, he was out of those MIBR rosters, played with Wardles, played with this, he played with that, the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was part of MIBR on 2019-2020, 5 months active, but he was 1 year and 2 months he was inactive on that roster. They loaned him to Luminosity for 6 months, Team 1 for 1 month, and Boom Esports for 6 months. Finally, he landed with Boom Esports for about 4 months, then he was inactive on that roster for 1.5 years. Now he's here. DJ and Pone alone, though, are going to make some noise into this round. They get a couple of frags, and again, a promising start for the Party Astronauts, but we've seen this slip away from them already in this map.
We have just to be clear. Ben gets destroyed. Jumping shot for Taco. Just the drop shot. What a way to take that. What an unusual way to get. Now Mouse through mid. DJ had no idea. Utility out. The trade at least is there. Pone finally hits him with the AWP, and he's got 2 at this point. So maybe we're seeing Pone alone come online. It would be a welcome sight for the Party Astronauts. They really need it.
I think it's a run boost, Mike.
Does look to be. They're doing something here. They're up to something. There's... Oh, they failed. They messed it up. We can see them readjust. Ah, this time it works. Just in time, too, because the smoke was about to trade. So Taco's across. He has the bomb. Old Taco. Can't quite see anyone through walls right now. That's possibly my favorite sticker ever. And he'll get the money from the plant at the very least. Now they've got the post plant, and they've got control of long still. Taco can collect this player towards the back. Viz goes too soon. Oh, the shot is missed, though, and Viz gets the trade, and boom. We got the Party Astronauts on the board with players actually surviving as well. It's very late in the half, but maybe there's a chance here.
Yeah, they finally converted their 2-man advantage in the first 30 seconds of the round, which is what you should do, and they have 3 members left standing, of course, so nicely done for them. One thing that's funny, Mike, is that Vaco is an official alias on the Liquipedia page for Taco.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that sticker.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Party Astronauts picking up a second round. That's really good news for them. They're going for a boost over the tip of this smoke around mid, trying to spot off anyone that might be in T-spawn, but no one is there for GODSENT. Taco's going to spot out when he takes a shot very late, but just trying to make his presence known here over at top mid. In the meantime, Party Astronauts are going to have 1 player close long doors, and they could engage with Lado soon, but Lado is kind of playing it cautiously.
Off of mid. Very soft presence in towards mid. And 3 players stacking up towards B, which is interesting to me because we really haven't seen a lot of B play out from GODSENT. They've kind of poked their noses towards B once or twice, but they really haven't hit the site.
I mean, they haven't had a reason to, right?
Yeah, have they hit the site at all? Now I'm thinking about it.
They tried to once, and they were shut down by Viz.
Here's going to be a mid split, it looks like. Yeah, crossbows are thrown, so this is a good read for Party Astronauts. They're dappling. What's Infinite? Gonna get deleted. There's the second player, deleted as well. So this is not working out. Total connects for 1. He's being chased. Too many crosshair. Too many players to deal with. And that almost looked like a kill. It was actually Ben Leak to get it elsewhere. I thought the AWP had it for a moment. Had to double check. They got the bomb ticking away. Are they going to go for this retake? You would think yes. They need the rounds, certainly. They don't have infinite time here. They don't have infinite either. It's just going to be down to these 2. Here they go. Utility in. Have a lot of util to work with. Here it goes. Lato goes forward to find the first fight. And now it's all into Viz. Clearing with an... This is dire. This is rough. He's just trying to get away. They're going to give chase. Why not? He's got around the corner. He'll be able to save, but that'll be a double-digit round for GODSENT on the board.
It's an aggressive save. He's going to try and maybe find a frag on the retreating players here. Is he going to peek up?
This doesn't do any good.
Yeah, I know, right? Because they already have enough money to buy no matter what. It more so benefits GODSENT than anything else if he peeks it. But he doesn't, luckily. And he backs off. And GODSENT have found double digits here. Up 10-2. Timeout called by the Party Astronauts.
Great news, guys. UMP out for Infinite. You know how I feel about that gun.
It's the best gun in the game, right, Mike?
And the AWP. Save 2 for Viz. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do, this Mr. Viz. Taco has slowed down a bit. He was 7-2. He's 8-5 now. So he's definitely slowed down. But obviously, you really can't be too concerned about that when they're 10-2. Who cares? Who cares who's getting the kills? Well, Phelps does, because he's the one getting the kills. 15-9 to this point. But their most aggressive player is frequently operating on his own, too. Sort of doing his own thing, opening up the site. We got a 3-man stack here towards Catwalk. A Molotov will slow down whatever they were playing, at least for the moment. And Barton's going to try and take the space. Phelps here to support. In with force going alone forward, but he's ready for it. More players here. Now they start to do. There's no reason to continue to fight it. They almost look like they want to. Smoke up to take the space. And Infinite will say, thank you very much for the smoke. And try and walk through it. To no avail there. Ben lead on the flank. There are 3 players bunched up here and towards Catwalk. This could get weird if Ben continues to press forward, but Dumao is sitting up to deal with it. If they hop up on Xbox, obviously Dumao's going to have this kill, and if he can continue control from top mid, it's going to be A-okay. So that means all pressure on a DJ. He's just about completely and he's just about dead. Phelps gets the kill. Dumao follows it up, and this should be all over. Indeed it is.
Oh my goodness. GODSENT just having a party on their map pick. We did talk about the fact that party astronauts typically have been good on Dust2, but this is certainly not a good performance, suffice to say. I mean, I'm pointing out the obvious here, Mike, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to break it down when GODSENT's playing well and the party astronauts are choking at the times when they're expected to come out and perform.
That's true. That's true. I mean, obviously, it's been a few rounds since we've gotten one of those, but this is where the guns are back up. We got Pone alone. He's now Taco. At least he's come online. Infinite's going to try and get aggressive, and Taco's going to shoot Lato.
What happened there?
There can only be one toe. Oh.
It was the peek out long, Mike.
They just stacked up on top of each other? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Well, that's a gift. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Given over to party astronauts, and this is going to get kind of weird, because Catwalk's been taken, but the bomb's still watching tunnels. So even if they take this A site, they'll still have to move the bomb through mid, and that could get really dangerous.
Had our producer say blind A doors. So they were both blind A doors, and it was a blind shot, resulting in a team kill.
Gnarly. Good flashbang. Over through that. Kill. Phone alone. Looked in for this, not quite finding it. And managed to get on towards the site without having to encounter the op. That's always nice to see. Phelps doesn't seem to know where these players are. They're just on the other side of him. Boy, he's standing out in the open. The ramp player didn't peek it. He's very lucky about that one. His head was blinded to it. Now he's going to come to play. Barton is blinded. Can't get the kill. Ben eventually zeroes it in. But he'll be cleaned up from Gandalf. DJ back in the action. Advantage found for Gasnauts. But the bomb is down and Dumao is thinning the herd. Oh, no. It's all on to Ponalone now. There's a moment for Ponalone to go ham. This is it. He's got the first. He's got the time. But Dumao is, to this point, avoiding him. He's been spotted. He's been spotted. Information gained. He's down. The shot is there. Does he have time? I believe he has time, but I'm honestly not sure. Custom HUD's always confusing in that regard. Is he going to get it off?
Yes. All right. Well, good clutch from Pone. That's definitely what his team needed. Every round counts at this point. 11-4 is a lot prettier of a sight than 13-2 or 12-3. So let's see if they can convert and get this last one. But look at the money that GODSENT have, and they're investing it into autos. It makes sense. Spam those doors right off the bat and try to get something done, and afterwards they're going to go pick up AKs and ops.
Dumao can get another one. You know, players always spam that door, and it very rarely lands. So yeah, spam the other one. Offset people's timing. Fizz will be burning. Smoke comes in to give him some cover to get out, because if someone was peeking through that smoke, he would have been dead. Auto's actually keeping the auto as well. I don't know whether he has an AK back in front spawn. He's just hoping for the push out of the board, but he's rocking it for now. Phelps, the madman, is right on the edge of oblivion here at the edge of the tunnels. Oh, he's going out. He's going out. Phelps is going out. Fizz just on the other side. Do they realize that? They do. Fizz is going to be able to collect. That was a push on in. So an advantage found for the party astronauts. Help deal with some of the limitations of having Infinite on the MP9. It looks like Infinite's going to get a bit aggressive towards Catwalk as well. So he's going to clear out this space. There's a flash thrown for him. Information gained here. That was a little awkward. Bentley's trying to play on the edge of smoke, but Taco responds in time. And they are going to hit B. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come into a pretty straight-up B hit. No one's really in position to deal with this. It's just Viz. Never mind. No more Viz. DJ playing for the doors. But they're going to try and transition. He wants to get back towards the site, and that was not the ticket. Lotto lets the auto sniper sing. Bomb will be going down. This B site retake is a nightmare. Tunnelins actually ditched the AWP to pick up get the action a little bit more. Godsent's holding for the peek from window. That's what they're trying to get here. They're going to have to go in. There's no reason for Godsent to give them any. As they do, Lazo with the auto. Doesn't get it. Gets two. Now Infinite just needs to get on in time. He doesn't have a kit, but he does have a very wounded Taco, and he should know where Taco's playing from as well. He's trying to bait out the peak. Taco, ice in his veins, isn't responding though. Now he's going to come forward, but Taco's already won the round. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's going to be the round. That's going to be the half. It's going to be 12-3 for Godsent. Taco, purely on patience, wins the round and takes a dominant T-side half here for Godsent.
Got a little scary at the end there, right? With Pwn finding a couple. And that's why you don't really want to stick with the auto for a long period of time when you're getting to that bomb site. But Lotto tried for it and it didn't pan out. But that said, Taco held on. Great patience, as you mentioned, Mike. Did not buy the bait. And that gives them a 12-3 lead heading into the second half.
That it does. It does give them a nice chunky lead heading into that second half. And see, here's the thing. The issues for the party astronauts weren't fundamentally like where they're calling or what they're moving. It was, they had issues with, first of all, connecting their shots. Took them a long time to warm up. They started to see that a little bit towards the end, but also just man advantages. They gave up so many man advantages. 5v2s, 5v3s. They just can't consistently be losing. We're into the second half pistol right away, and Lotto's already found one. Even both hits at this point, it would be pretty dire. They're rocking on towards this bomb plant. They're going to get it. That, at the very least, has been secured. They have control of the site. They're going to get this bomb down with 4 lives. John puts them in a pretty good standing. Flashbang. Effective. Phone alone. Dealt with. Bodies dropping one after another. And wow. Party Astronauts brought the fight to them, and Godsent delivered. It's a team ace for Godsent.
Well done. I mean, again, they went for the full-on retake, despite the fact that the Party Astronauts, I mean, they gave them the site, gave them the bomb plants. So that's an extra $800 for the Astronauts heading into round number 2 of the second half. But man, that was an authoritative retake from the Godsent side. They take a 10-round lead. With the extra money, the Party Astronauts can buy up some rifles, and they're not going to waste any time doing that. In fact, they're going to get a Galil, an AK, a Scout, and yeah, they're just trying to spread the wealth at this point. Oh boy, what do you do if you're the Astronauts? I mean, we got a couple of AKs, the bat doesn't look too bad because of that, but body armor is a little light. Pwn and Ben Lee will not have it. They sacrificed a little bit of money to make sure that Infinite and DJ would be able to get that armor on their backs. Viz pushed up towards Mount Doors, Mike, and he's going to face off with a couple of smokes. He's going to back off to Mao, the opening frag. On
he wins the scout exchange. They were dancing around each other in mid. Once again, Mao comes out on top. Taco's scout that they peeked one after another when the has were reversed. But we'll see what this ends up being. Numbers equalized. Barton is taken out of play. And in an even man situation, you do tend to favor the T side. And especially in the current meta, their buy is actually better. They don't have the MP9 to deal with, right? They've got the 3 rifles up. They've got the 1 scout. They're going to pressure Lotto out by the blue dumpster. Lotto's been good. 12-7 to the bomb. And he's going to find the bar. Dancing around. He takes 2. That's the bomb dropped as well. Bentley wants to get into the fight, but it's just another one lamb to the slaughter here. He even picked up the gun, which gave him the complete indicator to Lotto that a player was coming around the corner.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, Lotto getting the read there. Great job for him to find that 3K. Dropped the bomb initially, then they kept trying to peek into him. Couldn't recover the bomb, and magically they come out with their lives. Infinite, the last one standing. 4v1, money's in the tank. Just trying to save the AK, and Godsent's going to come a-hunting. More than likely. As you see, they really want to put the nail into the coffin of the party astronauts here on Dust2. But let's talk a little bit about Lato over the last 3 months. He's been pretty strong. I mean, 506 frags and 27 maps, plus 31 kill to death differential, 77.4 ADR, which is good for number 2 on the team behind Phelps at 81.9. And he's also got 36 3Ks or more, with 4 of those being 4Ks and 1 of them an ace. And we're going to see that 3K that he's tacked onto his stats right here.
Yeah, it's the 37th, I guess.
Yes, it is.
There we go. Racking them up. Racking them up. I mean, it's always nice to see, especially when you're one of the less known names in a lineup that has at least 2, I assume, qualify. Taco certainly qualifies as a legend.
Yes.
And I would guess for the Brazilian scene, Phelps at this point kind of does as well. Obviously, as we've said, his career's been a little more up and down, but you're coming in as a young player to play alongside names that you've looked up to, that you've watched in tournaments. It's always a bit of a challenge, so it's great to see the younger talent thrive.
Yeah, and we talk about legends, Mike. You look at the career winnings for both Phelps and Taco. Phelps sitting at $318,000 in career winnings, and Taco's hit the $1 million mark.
Is it crazy? Okay, I was gonna say Taco's hit the $1 million mark. That makes sense to me. That SK LG lineup won everything for 2 years, including multiple majors. It's like, yeah, that's a little bankolo.
It is.
At a certain point, we're in the action here. Dumal's already taken one. Taco's there to support. They're all getting stuck outside this smoke. There's nothing going for Party Astronauts. They took it out a little late. They got caught in the smoke, and Dumal came forward to meet them. That's a 4K for Dumal. That's a shutdown round, and that should just about be the map, right? That's map point found for GODSENT. The money is in the trash can for Party Astronauts, and they've looked lackluster. I mean, throughout this map, but they haven't been able to get started here in the second half. And that's just the reality of having such a one-sided first half, is you really don't get a chance to launch.
Yeah, but it's really tough. GODSENT now have 12 opportunities to close out map number 1, which is crazy. And you're talking about the young guns here for GODSENT. In fact, Barton now and Lato all 20, as Viz is going to engage with Lato. And he's going to go down immediately. Lato racking up another one. But yeah, the veterans are actually Taco and Phelps at 26. Their average age of the team is 21, just because how young those other 3 are. Taco's going to get another one, and I think GODSENT are going to close this one out, or at least very close to closing it out here, Mike.
Yeah, let's not say anything's final till it's final, but
right,
based on the way they've been playing, it's hard to see a scenario where Party Astronauts could creep back. We need a hero play to make it happen. And honestly, based on who's still alive, I kind of think Infinite with the Deeg might be the ticket. Never mind. Infinite with the Galil might be the ticket. Let's see if we got it. Usually looking at Infinite or DJ in these scenarios. Ollie down. Phelps ready to receive them. Minute still on the clock. Phelps decently set up for it, and he's got support from the ramp as well. It's at range. Dumal will have to come over to support, but it is there. It is present. It's actually in the same angle. They're so well set up for this. The read. 100% they had it, and they get both. They knew exactly what was happening. They read them like a book. They had every answer to this particular test. Now Frank's coming in. They know DJ's here, and his time, well, it's numbered. Not going to be a scenario where he gets out of this. He's taking a lot of damage. He's just trying his best, but 25 seconds on the clock. No path towards a bomb plant. He'll have to have knowing that the wolves right at his back. That'll be Dumal, who escorts him to the grave on a team ace to finish the map for GODSENT.